In this video, I will be showing you how to properly diagnose and replace a defrost thermostat on a Santa Fe RX dehumidifier. Some of the common symptoms of a possible faulty defrost control are low water production, compressor does not run, or icing or condensation starts to form on the outside of the machine. To diagnose the defrost control on a Santa Fe RX, make sure that the unit is plugged in. Turn the humidity controller to the dry setting. Listen for both the fan and compressor to start. After the unit is up and running, make sure that the suction accumulator located right here begins to frost up. After the unit's been running for about 5 to 10 minutes, the defrost control should get cold enough and cycle off the compressor on the unit. If the compressor does not cycle off in that time, the defrost control may be faulty. Once we verify that the compressor has shut off on the defrost control, let the unit run for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. Once the temperature of the accumulator and the defrost control comes back up to warm room temperature, the compressor should kick back on its own. If it does not, the defrost thermostat may be faulty. The tools required to replace the defrost control on the Santa Fe RX dehumidifier are a cordless drill with a number 2 Phillips bit or a Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, needle nose pliers, and the wire strippers. First, remove the top access cover off the dehumidifier by pulling it forward and releasing it out of the front catch mechanisms. To remove the rear cover on the Santa Fe RX dehumidifier, start by removing the 6 Phillips screws with either a Phillips screwdriver, a plus style screwdriver, or cordless drill with a number 2 Phillips bit. Just to speed things up, I'm going to use a drill. To remove the outer cabinet, remove the 6 Phillips screws located on the inside behind the rear cover. To remove these screws, you'll either need a Phillips screwdriver or drill with Phillips bit, and also a 11/32 socket or needle nose pliers to grab a nut behind each screw. Next, grab each side of the cabinet and pull out toward the outside of the machine and push back toward the front of the unit and slide the cabinet off. Begin by removing the retaining clip on the defrost control using a flat blade screwdriver. Just get it right under one side of the clip, pry up. It will release the defrost control from the copper line. Next, find the wire that plugs into the compressor relay located right here. Unplug the terminal connector off the compressor relay. The other wire, you will be using a wire strippers or side cutters to cut the wire right at the defrost control itself. Where the wires go through the drain pan, there's a small plastic grommet which needs to be removed. Using a needle nose pliers, pinch the grommet and pull it through the bottom of the drain pan. One side of the grommet is open so that you can slide the wire out of the grommet. Then pull the wire up through the hole in the drain pan. The new Defrost thermostat, route the wires down through the drain pan. And pull them through. Slide the plastic grommet over the wires. And push back into the opening of the drain pan. To install the clip back on the defrost control, put the defrost control on the copper line so that the copper tube fits in the groove of the defrost thermostat and the wires are facing upward. The clip on each side has a couple tabs which grab into the groove of the defrost thermostat. Simply place the clip around the copper tube, start one side, push on the other side up toward the defrost control until it clicks into place. Take one of your wires, does not matter which one, route it back around the copper line and plug it back into the compressor relay. The other wire, you will be cutting the terminal connector end off of the wire. As long as you have enough room, that's all that matters. And you'll be making a splice connection in the wire using your wire strippers. Strip the wire back about 3/8 of an inch. Same with your existing wire inside the unit. Give a slight twist to the wires. And to join the wires together, you can either use a wire nut or a crimp connector. In this case, we're just going to be installing a wire nut. Twist both wires together. And push the excess wire back into the unit, and you can use a zip tie or wire strap to hold the wires in place. Now that your repair is complete, you can go ahead and plug the dehumidifier back into its power source. Turn your humidity controller all the way to its dry setting. Verify that both your fan and compressor start up. And within a few minutes you should start to see the accumulator getting cold. Once you verify this, you can install your rear cover and you should be good to go. Next I'll be showing you how to reinstall the cover on the Santa Fe RX. One thing just to note after any repair was done is to just make sure that nothing is sticking out past the back of the machine, especially the copper tubing. If so, just kind of slightly push back in toward the inside of the unit. With the cover, on the top is a lip which rests on top of the dehumidifier. Just make sure that that sits on there, and then the cover obviously slides apart in order to get it around the machine. Get the lip on that side, pull it up on the sides of the machine, push it into place, and then reinstall your 6 Phillips screws where you'd remove them before. Again, you can either use a Phillips screwdriver or a drill with Phillips bit. I'm just using the drill to speed up the process here. Next, we'll be reinstalling the rear cover with the 6 Phillips screws. Next, go ahead and install your top cover by lining up the holes on the bottom of the cover on the top pillars here, and then snapping in the catch in the back of the dehumidifier. Once it's in place, go ahead and slide it back and snap it into position.